1980 for Washington quarter coin worth thousands. You won't believe what makes this coin so valuable and how it changed U.S. coin history forever. The story of the 1980 for Washington quarter begins in the heart of American numismatic history, where every coin tells a tale of economics, craftsmanship, and change. This specific year 1980 for marked a crucial moment, not just in coin production, but in how collectors and historians view modern coinage produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Washington quarters of 1980 followed the traditional design of George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, a design that had remained since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States. Yet the value of the 1980 for quarter extends far beyond its face. Because of key minting features, eras, mintage variations, and historical context, we must first understand the historical backdrop of 1980 for Ronald Reagan was president. The United States was experiencing economic recovery from the early 80s recession. Inflation was stabilizing and consumer confidence was returning. During this period, the U.S. Mint was pushing high production volumes to meet circulating demands, which led to increased chances of quality control issues, resulting in error coins, some of which have become highly valuable today. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark on quarters, struck over 676 million Washington quarters, while the Denver Mint produced nearly 550 million coins. Both mints operated under high-speed production, and coin quality varied considerably among the billions of coins produced. Certain 1980 for Washington quarters stood out because of minting errors and die varieties, which have since become favorites among collectors. Now let us look at one of the most significant reasons these coins are sought after: the double die obverse, or a type of error where the die used to strike the coin was impressed twice with a slight offset, creating a doubled image. This error was notably found on the lettering of Liberty, the date 1984, and the phrase "In God We Trust." Collectors discovered that these doubled elements were not just striking, but consistent on a few rare coins, indicating a clear and collectible variety. Some examples have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on grade and visibility of the doubling. Another major aspect to understand is coin grading. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, assign grades based on strike quality, wear, and luster. 1980 for Washington quarters in mint state condition, particularly Ms. 6.5 and higher, are valued significantly more than circulated coins. A coin in Ms. 6.7 can fetch a premium, especially if it has a rare error or comes with full strike characteristics, such as full drum lines on the eagle or clean fields without contact marks. Aside from DDO coins, other errors include off-center strikes, clipped plankets, die cracks, and struck-through debris, all of which add value when authenticated. One rare and popular error is the struck-through grease error, where part of the design is missing due to grease on the die, giving it a ghost-like appearance. These coins are highly desirable in the error coin market. Beyond errors and varieties, there is the collector demand. The Washington Quarter series is one of the longest-running series in American history, and 1980 represents a point deep in the copper-nickel-clad era, post-silver and pre-state quarter program, which began in 1999. This makes the 1980 coin part of a transitional and often overlooked generation of coins, ironically increasing its interest among numismatists who focus on coins lost in the shadows of more famous types. Then we must consider the coin metal content. Pre-1965 Washington quarters were 90% silver, but by 1980 the composition had changed to copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core. While this gives the coin no intrinsic metal value, it opened the door for other markers of rarity, especially errors, strike sharpness, and preservation. Since there is no silver melt value, collectors focus purely on numismatic factors. A very important element is coin roll hunting, or CRH enthusiasts around the country still search bankrolls for valuable quarters. And the 1980 for Washington quarter is often on their radar. They look for error coins, high-grade specimens, or uncirculated pieces, sometimes finding coins worth $20, $50, or even hundreds of dollars in rolls costing just 25 cents per coin. Stories of lucky finds are often shared in coin forums and YouTube videos, inspiring others to check their pocket change or grandparents' coin jars. We must also mention population reports. These give us data on how many coins exist at certain grades. According to PCGS, fewer than 1,000 1980 for quarters are graded Ms. 67 with no errors, and only a handful in even higher condition for a coin with over 1 billion struck. This is astonishingly rare, making high-grade certified examples incredibly desirable among advanced collectors. Notably, the highest recorded sale for a 1980 for Washington quarter was over $1,000 for a perfect Ms. 67 plus graded example with strong luster and no marks. And when error varieties are added into the mix, some have sold in the low for figure range, depending on collector interest, auction competitiveness, and error visibility. As the hobby of coin collecting continues to grow, especially on social media platforms, the 1980 for Washington quarter gains renewed attention. Collectors appreciate the affordability of entering the series, while also enjoying the thrill of hunting for rare varieties and errors. Unlike silver coins, these copper nickel-clad pieces rely solely on scarcity, condition, and error types to hold and increase value. Furthermore, it is important to note that Washington quarters, including 1984, can be part of registry sets on grading service platforms, encouraging competitive collecting where individuals try to assemble the finest graded coins of every year. This fuels the market for top quality examples and pushes prices higher for rare pieces. Coin shows, online auctions, and private dealers continue to list 1980 for quarters with designations such as Dome is 66 Red Book variety, error coin, and more, indicating how this humble quarter has grown in stature over the decades. It may not have been born of silver or gold, but the 1980 for Washington quarter has earned its place in modern numismatic history. To truly understand its value, one must examine every aspect. The design by John Flanagan, inspired by a bust of Washington, the sharpness of strike, the preservation of surfaces, the presence or absence of errors, the eye appeal under magnification, and of course the story it tells as a representative of American money in 1980 for a year of change, progress, and hidden treasures. As we come full circle, the 1980 for Washington quarter continues to surprise collectors and historians alike, often passed over in loose change or coin jars, yet potentially worth hundreds or thousands. It serves as a reminder that even in our modern era, where coins are often overlooked, there still lie pieces of history waiting to be discovered, valued, and preserved. This is why we say never underestimate the power of a simple quarter, because in the world of numismatics, even a common year can hold extraordinary secrets.